First of all, they're good kids. They're very well behaved. Two, the mother backs me up all the time. Like, she gives me, if they come and try to disrespect me, she'll step in and say, no, you don't disrespect him. I love that. Three, their father is a super cool dude. I text him. I will text him directly. If I have an issue, we talk. We'll talk on the phone. I'll send them pictures. If I'm somewhere with the kids, I'll send them the video. And even though, beneath the surface, there's probably always going to be some issues like, man, you with my woman and whatever. But that doesn't come out. We put that energy to the side to say, how do we as a team, all of us working together, make 100% sure that we are on code, that we are on the same page, so that we provide a unified front, so all these children know that they are protected and cared for, first of all, and that they need to respect the authority that exists within this circle, within this space.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Of course, today we are talking about Dr. Boyce Watkins, and Dr. Boyce Watkins is a pretty known fellow here in Black social media, controversial at times, but a lot of men don't like Dr. Boyce. Most people in the Black manosphere community don't like Dr. Boyce, and it's not because of what he talks about with finance. It's his positions on dating and dealing with women. And he kind of comes down hard on the men for just certain things, like refusing to date single moms. And he's just not a man that a lot of brothers would really respect in that regard. And there's a post that Brother Lee sent me yesterday, and it's from TRJ K. Williams, something like that, right? They say every Black woman would have a man if they picked a man from their friend zone, right? And this is something that a lot of men say, look, hey, most men that you wanted to marry are, you've already met them already. And because of your inexperience, you messed up. You blew it, right? This is not uncommon. So what has happened with this? Dr. Boyce Watkins has responded in kind to the post. And he said, the real Boyce Watkins, this is from my friend Tiara KJ Williams, aka Miss Black Hollywood. What do y'all think? I can say that my wife and I married out of our friend zone, and I personally appreciate the fact that she's a woman who, unlike others I met in the last 15 years, knew me before I had any money. Now, I want to play Anton Daniels' clip about Dr. Boyce Watkins explaining what a simp is from a stream about a year ago. I'll come back and talk about that.
Well, can you educate me on what a simp is, please? Like, from a male's definition, what is a simp?
So let me frame it like this. Men want to provide for their girl, right? I want to provide for my family. We don't want to be used. It's a difference. It's a difference between being a provider, right, and being used. And women that use men for the come up, or men that pander in order to try to get women, right? You should be able to move according to how you move. And then whatever woman is supposed to align with you, she align with you, right? You shouldn't be doing things for women, right? I'm never going to like, I'll give you an example. Like, I'm not going to do things to impress women, right? I understand that money or whatever it is going to attract a certain type of woman or a lifestyle, but women that are with you simply because of your money, that's an issue. And it's a lot of guys that do things. They'll get out of character. They'll hate their homeboy. They'll show off in front of other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll do it's a lot of dudes that'll just agree with women just to agree with them in order to get a woman to like them or whatever. That's simp. All of that is simping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at Boyce Watkins. I don't know. You familiar with Boyce Watkins' situation? Let's talk about Boyce Watkins.
I've heard of him, but no, I'm not. Enlighten me.
So Boyce Watkins is he's very weak. So he's supposed to be this big political black guy. He has like a PhD, like a doctorate in finance or some crap like that. I don't know any businesses that he's actually ever started or ran successfully, but he's supposed to be this big finance guy, right? And he was at the center and the core of a lot of these big political debates in an actual election, and he's a blackity black guy and all of this other type of stuff, right? on all of the big platforms or whatever. But, he recently got married, right? And the chick that he got married to didn't want him when she was no kids, single, whatever, so on and so forth. But now she got a whole bunch of munchkins, and it's 20 years later, and she done already lived her life and had her hot girl summers over and over again. And now she settled for him. And he, even in his proposal, it's so funny. I'm gonna get the proposal video. I should have had it right now. But even if in his proposal, like it seemed like she didn't even want him. Like it was really cringe. It was really, 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 really cringe. But I would very much label him a simp. And now he's coming at a lot of other guys saying, basically, if you don't want to take care of a chick with kids, you're a detriment to the black community.
So now, here's what I want to deal with Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm not even going to play. In fact, let me do this, right? Let me play Dr. Boyce Watkins and him trying to give advice on how to be pretty much choosing a stepdad. Let's play that.
You go into a situation where a person has kids, it has to be the right situation. So I am not a person to say every, blended family is a good situation for you. I think you have to vet it out. Here are the factors you got to pay attention to when it comes to dealing with somebody that has kids. These are the things I thought about when I got with Alicia. First question is, what kind of kids do you have? Like, if they're disrespectful and completely like little ass, that's not going to work, because at some point, I'm going to want to one of your sons up and kick his ass, and that's going to get me in trouble. So that's not going to work. Your kids have to be well behaved. 2, are you backing me up? Are you backing up my authority? Meaning that if I come in and I say, we need to discipline this child, are you going to respect that? Or are you going to give me constant pushback and constantly protect, ridiculous, hurtful, harmful behavior? If you're in that category of my baby can do no wrong, well, that's fine. Then you and your baby can just be single and live your little life, and I'm not gonna get involved in that. I'm not gonna go into a situation where I have to take responsibility and not have any authority. I need some level of authority if I'm gonna take responsibility. So that's important to understand. The third thing you look for is how many daddies are we talking about? Because every daddy you add into the equation, or every baby's mama you add into the equation, you got another variable you got to deal with. I think if there's like 2 or 3 daddies, that's the big strike that you have to be mindful of, and I hate to say that. I know somebody might, I know how things happen, right? Sometimes you just end up in that situation or whatever. But if it's more than one daddy, I think maybe it depends on sort of, the worst thing in the world is like a crazy daddy who insists on being involved. So you're not just but you're a present asshole. Like, you're right in the middle of everything. You're judging things. You're trying to pull rank. You're trying to, force issues or whatever. If you're an asshole, I would prefer you just not be there. Like if the father's as good as dead, like if he's just literally gone and I can take over and kind of do it the way I want to do it, then that's great. It's like, cool. Like, okay, I can love this child as much as my own. I can mentor, raise this child. I love that. I've done that. I've done that with children that are in my life to this day. They came to my wedding with their father. One of my guy children, her father, unfortunately, he passed. And the other one, her dad is, I met him, I know him, but he's not really, he was never really active. And he thanked me for doing the job that he did not do. I don't respect that. I didn't understand that. I was like, well, why was I doing your job anyway? But I didn't care. It was like, great, you're out of the way. We can do this, right? And so really, the kind of father you're dealing with, or the kind of baby's mother that you're dealing with, is a big, big variable. And so if you're dealing with somebody who is mature, who understands that the children are more important than your ego or your jealousy or your own little issue, who understands adult protocol, like just how to be on code as an adult, those people are fine to deal with. I love the fact that I have a great relationship with the father of the children in my house. First of all, they're good kids. They're very well behaved. 2, the mother backs me up all the time. Like, she gives me, if they come and try to disrespect me, she'll step in and say, no, you don't disrespect him.
All right. So let me just say this, if I can. All right. With regard to Dr. Boyce Watkins, men dating ladies in the friend zone, I'm not going to say that it cannot work, but it most likely probably does not work, right? And the whole idea with him is you were dating or you're dealing with Dr. Alicia. She knew of you before you had any money. It seems like you wanted her. She then was not interested in you. You went on with your life. And now after, you know, she's had all these children and things like that, here she is wanting to deal with you. All right. And that's something to be talked about, really. And again, you know, Boyce Watkins is quite liked by other people, not necessarily me. But the reality is, why would you want a woman in the friend zone? Now, I mean, it's one thing if like, okay, we dated, it didn't work out, we tried again. That's different. Okay. But if I liked you and then you didn't like me, what is the reason why you like me now? That's what I would want to know. Oh, so you liked me, then you didn't like me. Why do you like me now? Go. What's the reason? Because you didn't like me then. So I want to know what changed? What changed? What changed that you now like me? And if I get any idea that the reason why you like me has something to do, listen to what I'm about to say. It has something to do with the fact that you couldn't get nobody else. It didn't work out. Your value, maybe in your looks has decreased. I'm not staying there. For what? I'm not staying there. Why would I then stay there? Okay. Obviously, that's not what you're talking about. So I'm not even going to deal with that. Okay. And a lot of guys, you know, this is like, you know, when a woman really likes a guy, you don't get that same, if you will, excuse my language. You don't get that same desire and you're just happy to get that, but you're not getting very much. That's the whole point. And nothing cool about that. I think every man wants to be desired. Okay. I don't want to marry a woman for the fact that you feel, well, you know what? I just want to be with you and that's it. Hell no. No. I want to be desired like anybody else. If I can't be desired, I'm good. Period. Good. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again. Another episode of Celebrity Junk. Reach for all you do, subscribe to the bell. We're out.